The Elder Scrolls Online is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game set in the enchanting Elder Scrolls fantasy universe. From the gorgeous coasts of the Somerset Isles in the southwest, to the volcanic hills and plains of Morrowind to the northeast, Tamriel, the continent in which most of the game series takes place, is a vast and diverse land filled to the brim with rich lore, history, and culture. We've seen many new lands and been able to explore many provinces that the mainline Elder Scrolls series hasn't been able to get to yet in the Elder Scrolls Online. But the next province we'll be exploring in ESO is a land that many have already been to in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, one that many are already familiar with. What's up guys, my name's Mooney, and last week, ZeniMax Online Studios, the developer of the game, revealed the upcoming year-long adventure, the Dark Heart of Skyrim expansion. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over what we know so far of the story, setting, and features that will be implemented. But with introductions out of the way, let's just jump into it. At this time, we know just the basic outline of what the story will be, but for the first topic I'll be covering the little that we do know so far of the story and the political landscape of Western Skyrim, the area that we'll be exploring. In the capital city of Western Skyrim, King Svargrim rules Solitude, the gorgeous city upon a great arc overlooking the Sea of Ghosts. He is not a fan of the Nord Dark Elf Argonian alliance, the Ebonheart Pact, and has refused to join it. The Nords of Skyrim are raised on ghost stories of a subterranean realm known as Blackreach. Most Nords think it's a myth, a story made to frighten children. But outside the city walls, in the dark forests and frozen tundra of Hafingar, its people are being hunted. Villages and towns are being ravaged by unknown monsters lurking in the shadows, vampires. It will be our job to find out what is going on and to free the land and the people in it of this dark threat. The next topic that I'd like to go over is just some of the general information about the expansion that has been revealed so far. ZeniMax has called this expansion the darkest story they've told so far, and they have really dug in on that gothic, medieval feeling that the cinematic evoked. Let's all take a minute to appreciate how fucking gorgeous ESO's cinematics are. Like, damn. Speaking of the cinematic though, they revealed the return of a fan-favorite character that we haven't seen in a few years, since the end of the base game's main storyline, Lyris Titanborn, the Nord warrior that freed you from your cell in Cold Harbor, and a member of the Five Companions. ZeniMax has said that she will play an integral part in this expansion, which is awesome because it gives this expansion familiarity in not only the setting, but also its characters, which I personally believe is integral to making an MMO and RPGs in general feel like a living world. That was one of my favorite things about Elsewhere, was the inclusion of characters like Abner Tharn and Sai Sahan. Another reveal is that the first step in this expansion will be coming as soon as next month in the Harrowstorm Dungeon Pack DLC, while the first major chapter in the expansion where we will actually be able to go to the zone and explore the story is called Greymoor, and it will be released on May 18th for PC and June 2nd for console players. The next topic I'll be going over in today's video are this expansion's gameplay features. One of the most intriguing new announcements that was revealed, and the one that I'm personally most excited for, is the new gameplay system called Antiquities. From what I could gather from the livestream was that it will be an archaeology type skill line that will be able to be used in all zones in the world. Using these skills, we'll be able to uncover ancient relics from time periods that none of the Elder Scrolls games have been to yet. Some of these relics will allow you to make mounts, there will be a PvP siege weapon that you can make, you'll be able to put some relics in your player house as decoration, and some you'll be able to forge into usable new mythic armor and items that each player will be able to equip, but only one at a time. One such relic they elaborated on was a chest piece that will have the effect that when you block an enemy's attack, you'll gain magicka regeneration, which sounds pretty cool to me. I'm personally really excited for the system. It seems really fun and fresh for the game. Who doesn't want to be fantasy Indiana Jones? New delves, public dungeons, side quests, massive new 12-player trial, or ESO's version of raids for MMO players that are new to ESO, called Kyne's Aegis, has also been teased. One thing that ties into the expansion's main storyline is a rework to the vampire skill line that will be free to all ESO players, which sounds awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to see a werewolf rework as well in the future. They also elaborated further on the massive fix patch that players have been asking for a long time, that will focus on fixing bugs, load times, and general server issue fixes that will require all ESO players to re-download the game. They said that this patch will be coming soon and will improve quality of life across the game. Another cool aspect of this patch will be that it will remove a lot of the disk space required to play the game, so it will take up a lot less space on your PC or console, which will be nice. The Overland event this expansion will be called Harrow Storms, and they are described as being like Dark Anchor or Dragon Attack events. And the final snippet of information that we got is that further down the line of this expansion, we'll be able to go to Markarth, the ancient dwarven city that the Nords of the Reach now call home, which I am so damn excited for. Markarth is one of my favorite cities in all of the Elder Scrolls, and I can't wait to see what ESO's iteration of it will be. And that's pretty much all the concrete details that we know of at this time. Hopefully more will be released to us soon, but for the next section of this video, I'm going to be doing some speculation and going over some questions I had about the lore of this expansion. First and foremost is the vampire threat that we'll be dealing with. Who are they? And are they the same clan of vampires that we saw in the Dawnguard DLC for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim? Now, I looked all over the wiki. I couldn't find any concrete dates as to when the Volkihar clan was actually founded, or when its patriarch, Lord Harkon, was born, when he ruled as a king, or when he actually became a vampire. Its history is the back in ancient times type. So unless I just couldn't find the correct dates, we could be saying the same clan of vampires that we saw in Dawnguard. Now, personally, I would really not like to see that. I get that ESO does add to, change, and adjust the lore of what we know of the main game storyline at times to fit their version of the story they're trying to tell, but I feel like this one would be particularly egregious. The Volkihar clan makes no mention at all to anything that happened in the Second Era, the time ESO is set in the time of Skyrim, which is set in the Fourth Era, about 1,000 years later. You think that they would mention if they had had all the adventurers of the world break down their doors and destroy them, right? I'd like ZeniMax to make these vampires new, with a new backstory and without a future that we already know about. I think they could tie them into the Volkihar clan of the Fourth Era in small ways that I think would be cool, like maybe having an ancestor to Lord Harkon or Serana, in the new vampire clan. But that should definitely be a separate clan, and few and far in between. In my opinion, it would suck to get to the end of this expansion and know that even if we destroy them, they come back in a few hundred years. That just cheapens the experience for me. The next question that I have is where we'll be going in Quarter 3 and Quarter 4 of this expansion. Where we'll be able to go, what cities and locations that we'll see. We know so far that we'll be going to Solitude in Quarter 1, and we'll be able to go to Markarth, Dragon's Bridge, and Morthal further down the line at an unspecified time. But like I said in my discussion video I made about a week ago, links in the description if you want to watch that, I am really hoping that we get to go to Whiterun Hold. Whiterun is my favorite Elder Scrolls city, and I would love to be able to go there in the Elder Scrolls Online. There's been no official comment from ZeniMax about anything related to Whiterun, but I'm still holding out hope. Fingers crossed. But with that said, that brings us to the end of this video. I'm planning videos that will be going further into story speculation, some of the locations that we could be going to, and where they could go from here in general. I'll be covering any new information that is revealed about the expansion, and I'm also planning on making some lore videos going over the locations that will be in this expansion for people who would like to learn a bit more about this incredible world that we get to explore. As well as just general Elder Scrolls lore, guides, discussion, top 10s, and similar videos covering other games, and really just whatever I feel like making. Let me know in the comments what your feelings and thoughts are about this expansion. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I liked a lot of what I've seen so far, and I'd love to discuss it with you guys. But if you like this video, then hit it with a like, it really helps me out. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, then subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.